Our NWSA members provide highly trained, highly qualified, cost-effective resources that are utilized by the agencies to complement their resources in containing wildfires.
We've evolved since the Yellowstone fires of 1988, where 25% of the resources on fires were contracting resources. Now we have roughly 50% of the resources on the large fires are contract resources.
We've come to be relied upon as a large part of the workforce in general.
We meet the same requirements as the agency, the federal or state or any other firefighter must meet. We have to take the work capacity fitness test. We have to take the basic classes, the 130, fire behavior 190 class. We have to take the L courses, which are leadership courses.
Most of our trainers have retired from the agencies, and they all have anywhere from 30 to 40 years of wildland fire training and actual on-the-line experience in all the various jobs.
The training we do at first is basic training, and it's at least 40 hours of classroom and field work.
To watch the evolution to the crews today, it has just been very inspiring.
If it wasn't for the markings on the engine, you wouldn't know the difference.
By working with the agencies who we contract with, which is the Forest Service, and being aware of situational awareness and knowing the ICS system and all of the different aspects that there are in wildland firefighting, all of these things take a big role in professionalism and competency.
Probably for every agency firefighter, we have 2 or 3 private sector firefighters. So obviously, just from a magnitude standpoint, they're very important.
We're there to complement the agencies. We're not there to replace them. We're there to complement them. When their resources are exhausted or down in numbers, that's where we come in.
If we based our total response on just what agencies have, we'd have to staff up the agencies to be much, much larger than they are. And the private resources are call when needed.
Congress can't afford to pay the agencies 12 months out of the year for the type of emergency services that are needed occasionally.
As a taxpayer, for the taxpayers, it's really a much better buy to have the private resources available when you need them at those peak times when all the agency resources, whether they're crews or engines or dozers or airplanes, are already committed.
A lot of times you're out there 14, 15 hours a day, and it's up and down slopes and it's constant physical training.
It's really kind of a different situation than people normally get in life, and you make friends that you wouldn't normally make, people that you wouldn't even associate with in the regular world, because you're eating, sleeping, living, working with these people all the time.
You have to be one group. You're not an individual when you're out there. You're part of a team.
You know, you're working next to each other, you're swinging tools. If you're not communicating, you're not going to see hazards like snags or widowmakers in trees. You're going to hit your partner next to you with your tool or with a rock. You're only as strong as your weakest link.
The majority of NWSA members are located in rural areas across the United States, and the role that they play in terms of bringing dollars back into their community has a huge impact on the local economy.
Our model is to hire good people at the start with high character and treat them good and provide the family wage jobs, and then they stay with you.
I have people coming back to me whose kids are now looking for work, and they work for me, and they're community members. So we have 2 generations of community members, of people in our local town who have worked for us.
And we have a philosophy that all the purchasing is done, not all of it, but we try to buy as much bulk locally as we can, and that just has a huge impact on these small rural communities.
By and large, it's probably one of the best things you can do as a young person wanting to make money for college or get into it as a career job.